welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHDS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Welcome to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. For over 8 years, we've had the pleasure of guiding you to personal and financial wellness, updating you on what's really happening in the real estate and financial world, and we do that by giving you our input with all the great information we have, but also we bring in experts on a regular basis to give it their opinions on what's happening in the real estate markets, how they're helping their clients buy and sell homes, what's working for them, and we brought in experts today, right, Gino?
Absolutely, Don. In fact, I've known Dulce for a really long time. We never spend a lot of time together, but we've been at a lot of networking events, and she's with Park Regency, and we were just talking about a funny story that when I started in the business, I actually door knocked that office in Granada Hills. I just walked in and looked at the board and said, "Who's the top producer here?" and started asking to speak to people. I would never do that today. And of course, we have Claudia with us as part of our Finance of America family and joining us for the first time on the show.
First time.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us and bringing Dulce with you.
Thank you.
So we got rock stars in the house because both of you guys are experts at what you do, and we kind of do a little free interview before we start our show, just to get a feeling of what we're going to talk about and what values we're going to add to our listeners about what's happening in the real estate market. And one of the things that was really nice is a lot of you out there have heard nightmares and horror stories about real estate buying and selling or financing, and that's because you're not working with the right people. We know that, Claudia, you enjoy your job every day.
Love
I know.
it, yes.
We enjoy it. You obviously, now 16 years in the business, must like it, but that's because you do a great job and you care. And that was the piece that we were talking about is you guys both enjoy, one, working together, and creating a great experience for your clients. You said even if they don't qualify, don't find the right home, not yet, maybe later, they always leave like, wow, we were educated and we enjoyed talking with you. And that's an important piece.
Yeah, so I'd like for you to kind of repeat yourself a little bit what we were talking about before we started the show, because I think one of the most important things is that when you guys do a consultation, you're not attached to the outcome.
Yeah. Correct.
And so tell us a little bit about what that means to you.
Well, consultation for us is huge. It goes right back into education. And one of the things that we do together is definitely we're not attached to the outcome. And what that means for us is this is information for our clients. It's what program, what monthly payment are they looking for? What's going to benefit them and their family? I'm not going to make their mortgage. You know, she's not going to make their mortgage. So it's what's important to our clients and what fits them. And if it doesn't fit them right now, that's okay. We're fine with that. We're beyond blessed to have other transactions and deals that we don't have to force anyone to do something that it doesn't fit them. There's been times that we have clients that come in for, let's say, a refinance consultation, and we look at the numbers and we always ask, what's the goal?
Right.
And we work backwards from that. You know, so that's been a big one where Claudia and I mesh very well, that we don't look at now, we look at what's the goal? What are you trying to accomplish with this? Why are we doing this? And then we work backwards from that and basically do a plan of action, time frames, if any, if they have leases or whatever it is. So for us, we're not attached to the outcome because the outcome can be months from now, weeks from now, even years from now.
I'm hearing the secret to your success, and same with ours, and why we love having Claudia and the great people we have on Finance America team, is that you guys are actually consultants, not salespeople.
Correct.
There's a huge difference, and salespeople don't last. They get commission breath, they don't ask the questions, they don't care, they don't take the time to learn and educate. I mean, you guys knowing what questions to ask,
Right.
Claudia knowing all the different programs, and I know you do, because you know programs that a lot of other lenders won't bother to learn
Right.
or understand
Right.
or offer because it's extra work. But
Correct.
once you know them and do complete them, they're not extra work for you, but you took the time, because a lot of consultants, loan consultants I know, will say, oh, we don't have that program, or we don't have a down payment assistance program because it's extra work initially. I mean, they haven't put the time in to learn it.
There's an element of fear in learning a new program as a lender, for all lenders.
Or maybe they don't have it.
A lot of them don't have the program, so they can say it doesn't exist. Particularly the banks, they just don't have a lot of programs.
Credit unions don't have certain
Credit
ones.
unions and banks, they got a couple programs. Here's the top 3 things that we sell.
We have 300.
Which is, it's difficult for us to have all these different programs to manage, but it reminds me when I got started in the business, when there used to be a very wide array of programs, which is now coming back to the market, thank goodness. But,
Yes.
you know, when we were 2004, 2005, it was like, oh, Yeah, I know a little bank in Tennessee that I do one deal a year with that'll do your loan. And we're getting back to that, where it's going to be more custom tailored. For a little while there, we didn't have anything but Fannie, Freddie, FHA, and VA, and that was it. But, you know, you guys do a lot of down payment assistance.
Yeah, I've been doing Cal Half Up probably for the last 11 years.
Wow.
I was the first one in my office who started doing them. I did one, it was great, and from that successful story, I just started embracing that program because I was helping families get into homes with very little down payment. And so I kind of put myself in their shoes and kind of think of, if it was my family member, how would I want them to be treated? And it's not just 2 loans, there's so many to choose from. And that is pretty much why clients stay with me and they refer me their family and friends, because I will be sincere with them and give them 5 options rather than 2. And then we look at their goal. Where do you see yourself 1 year from now or 5 years from now? You have kids going to college. Well, maybe we should do the down payment assistance. Maybe you shouldn't touch that money in that savings account, right? What if they want to look at a distressed property? Maybe they shouldn't use the money for their down payment. Let's look at down payment assistance programs. Right?
Yeah, or even debt. You know, sometimes we have people that come to us with debt, and you think debt consolidation is only in a refi. No, you could actually do it on a purchase. Be like, look, I'm going to get you down payment assistance so you don't use your money for that, but you're going to pay off all your debt, and it's actually going to save you $300-400 a month.
Absolutely.
You could end up with a lower net life payment.
Yes.
And maybe get you into the home that you really want or need, or location, or school zone. Because what I like, Dulce, is that you ask the questions. What's important to you? What's your goals? And it could be where they live. It could be the school district they're at. It could be the neighborhood. It could be the amount of bedrooms. It could be a garage, you know, because it's a big factor. I mean, for a guy, and I have lots of toys, I'm living in a little house right now that I'm renting, and it drives me insane because I can't do anything in my little 2-car garage. And now I'm buying a house that has a 3.5-car garage, and I'm ecstatic.
I'm happy too. The beer fridge is back.
Yes. I have that. Everybody just walks through my house, and I'm like, where you go? Oh, I know where you're going. They don't say hi. They just go to the beer fridge. Because I usually have like 32 different beers in there. I'm like,
there's a nice potpourri of choices.
Nice.
What do I feel like today?
But all those are key factors, and it's good that you guys take the time to, you know, ask those questions, because that's really, if you're out there wondering, how do I choose a real estate professional? How do I choose a lender? You choose consultants that care and ask the questions and take the time to ask. Therefore, they can do a better job of consulting you and giving you options.
Right.
Whether it's real estate options or lending options. Great, you guys work together on that.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a loan. And then I also hear you guys utilize that to help get their offer accepted.
Yeah, we do.
Because that's key.
Yeah. Well, besides asking all the questions, it's interesting you say that. We over-ask questions.
I don't believe there's such a thing.
You know, believe it or not, I think a lot of agents don't do that because they feel they're stepping on people's toes, or maybe, you know, kind of crossing boundaries they shouldn't. But how am I going to do a good job for my client if I'm not asking you the right questions, or even giving you my own personal kind of opinion of it, because I've done it for so long. So, you know, we've had families that we've actually told them this isn't a good idea for you to buy out there. You know, we've had families that's like, yeah, we'll do the drive from Palmdale and I work all the way in Santa Monica. It's like, okay, let's really talk about this.
How long are you willing to do that?
Right.
You know,
And
most people can do it for a year or so.
if so,
Do
yeah,
you like
and-
your family?
Are you trying to stay out of the home?
Yeah, right. Hey, that might be a determining factor, but you know, and in reality,
No, I just
we've
really
had-
want a Tesla and I need an excuse.
That's funny.
You know, we've had young couples that say we want a home with a pool and, you know, here and there, and I've had experience, and that's another one. We have a lot of real estate agents that unfortunately have never owned a home, yet are selling homes. You know, and yet can't educate a client to make the right decision, and then we see these clients losing their homes or going through just hardships. So being able to know and ask the questions and say, do you know what the maintenance would cost on a pool? You know, why don't we start
a pretty
here?
funny
I love that you
I have a-
have the confidence to
I have
ask
a-
those questions. So a lot of agents are worried about the sale.
Right.
Right.
And therefore they don't ask the question or don't have the confidence to give their opinion. I know, Claudia, I'm sure you say that might not be the best option for you for that loan. I know you heard or your friend said that
Right.
you should get this interest rate or you should do this. but realistically, let's crunch the numbers, and I think this path will actually save you more money in the long run, or be a safer option for you. Same thing with you asking the right questions about the home and saying, yeah, you think are you sure you need to have a pool for your first home?
It's not to discourage them; it's to make them aware.
Correct.
That's exactly the word, to make them aware, because this is an emotional.
Exciting,
purchase.
yeah.
It's very emotional. Even when I open doors and they look at property, they're not looking at the things I'm looking at. If we're trying to qualify them with a VA or an FHA, there's certain things, chip pain. There's other things that I have to be aware of and be ready to be able to negotiate in an offer for my buyer up front. You know, understand that there's going to be costs involved, and they're looking at this. You know, it's like, where can the sofa go? You know, is this Johnny's room, right?
Huge point, though, because I fell for that initially. I was looking for a home, and I've been looking forever. There's not a lot of inventory, so it's a key to work with good professionals in our network. But I honestly been looking forever. I'm just sitting and waiting, and then 3 homes came available. And of course, the first one I walked out, I'm like, oh, I'm putting an offer in. I was so excited because I'm like, it looks great. And then we looked at, the whole roof is like falling apart. All the eaves are broken. And when you really look at it, he's a contractor. He's like, Don, we might have a problem here.
Yeah, the whole roof's like coming off. I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah, and so it's helping them through those emotional points. Because then we walk to the next home. I'm going to write an offer on it.
Yeah, and I was like, by the 3rd home that he did that, I'm like, you like every house.
I was a typical buyer. I was so excited to get on my little rental thing. But then we narrowed it down to where what one made most sense. Because we're like, yeah, that one's good, but have you been in the backyard? And then we're by a main road, and it's just. And I'm like, right now I'm like, oh, I won't be outside that much. It'll drive me nuts after a while. I guarantee it. Stuff like that.
Those are the little things.
Those are the little things, but that goes right back to the questions up front when we do our consultation. That we look at the numbers, and we say you did want to stay within this budget. For us, it's always the budget. Right. For myself, once I talk to Claudia and they've talked to Claudia, and we know that budget. I try to stick at that budget or lower than that.
Oh, you're not the one that comes back to us and says you need another 40 grand? Come on, tell the truth. Give us the dirt. Give us the dirt.
Pre-approved for 425. Hey, I found him a home at 465. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's not what we talked about.
We call that buyer's creep.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we do, because again, I feel that's the reason we work so well together, is we put ourselves in our client's shoes. In reference to if they have children, they don't have children. We've been there, done that in a sense, and we've been in the business for so long that we kind of ground them again. From that emotional aspect, we ground them again. And going back to one of your questions is, how are we pushing our offers? We do push our offers. We actually, when we write the offer, we make it very strong. We know where their numbers are at. We know where the program that they're taking. And then from there, what we do is that emotional as well connection with the other agent. We don't just submit an offer. We call up the agent.
It's a huge difference.
We do. There's, I also do prelude letters that a lot of agents have kind of stepped away from. I tell them a little bit about my clients and hit that emotional aspect. Some of my investors don't care, but believe it or not, some do. They're like, okay, this is going to a good family, especially when there's been multiple offers. So you want to make sure that your clients stand out regardless of the price sometimes.
And so I'm going to hack on the word, because evidently they're not, was it perezoso?
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
good job, John.
They're not lazy, and that's key. And you earn the right to consult them. You don't just earn a commission, because really, to be in this business, you got to do it right to survive, because you can't live off of just one client. You got to actually add value so their friends and family go to you.
But you just said the key word is earn. You earn the commission. You don't just get it. You earn it. You have to give the right advice.
All right, speaking of that, we're going to take a little break here, because I want to come back. We're going to talk about two more segments. One's going to be on the correcting market. The market is adjusting. We talk about this all the time. We love this topic, so good for you guys bringing it up. And then we're going to talk about the growing Hispanic market. I mean, it's a big piece. We're both all part of NAREP, and we'll explain what that is, but it's a huge piece of the market, and you guys are helping with that expansion of the market quite a bit. So, and how can they get a hold of you two? What's the easiest way?
Cell phone.
818-209-5791. And mine's 818-970-9496.
All right, so we're going to come back with Dulce Vazquez.
Vasquez.
That was close.
All
Very
right,
close.
Vazquez.
Very close.
Yeah, mine's easy.
Yeah, Claudia Diaz, I know, with Finance of America. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, great stuff ahead.